I'm Dr. Ajay Sharma, founder and chief medical director of IQ Vision Private Limited. So, around 20 years back, there were centers which were managed by single doctors, mostly throughout India. But slowly, there were few doctors who started the concept of the chains, maybe just like having multiple centers in either a state or maybe around a certain part of India, like North India, South India. So we for past 17, 18 years, we have been seeing a trend of having these type of chains, and over these around 2 decades, around 7 to 8 big eye chains have developed. Now, why these eye chains were developed? Was it just a business model to earn some money, or was it to give it back to the society or to the patient? So I feel the trends were mainly to treat more and more patients across India. Like for us, if when we started, we just wanted to give the same treatment as the world-class treatment to the people who were not getting it in the tier 2, tier 3 cities. So the chains brought in a newer concepts of a good infrastructure along with a very high level of technology and experienced doctors and a process driven thing, which was very important. So these chains they came in, but uh, there are definitely ups and downs in any business what you do, and there were certain challenges what we as chains also we had during our course over 15 years and maybe others over 20 years. So the first one, I think the most important is the people inside a chain or a hospital. I can majority of them are the doctors, the managers, and the senior leadership teams and all that. So when we started, it was very difficult to get in doctors, to rope in doctors, because they never knew what these chains meant. So, and more and more doctors who are coming out were more into going into government jobs, and there were not many private jobs then. But yes, fortunately, there were more and more postgraduate seats came in, and there were more doctors. But and then we started getting in more doctors. But again, retaining them even today becomes a problem at times, because there are many chains available. Even the single practitioners also need some doctors. So there are people who just poach in and take away the doctors and all that, and even a good staff. So to retain them, you have to have a good internal policies. You have to have a good you have to give the doctors a good professional things around, atmosphere around, give them good work to do, and to so that they can learn more and more surgeries, and they can see more and more patients, and to be very transparent and ethical. That is what our strength again at IQ is, that we do the same. And then is something about the insurances were companies. It was very difficult to get on empaneled with the third party insurance companies in India, because they had certain criteria. So for us, like when we went to tier 2, tier 3 cities, so it becomes very difficult. There were not much insured people. More and more patients were then with cash, but cash patients never wanted to spend a lot of money, because they had their own financial crisis and all that. So but slowly the insurances, or we can say the TPAs, the business developed, and more patients now are with the insurance. They are insured, and they come with their TPA cards and all that, and they get a cashless benefit within the eye chains, or even smaller single practitioners also. So the advantage has now come in, and I can see in last 5 years it has turned around. Initially, we used to have 70% of cash patients in our various centers across India. Now it has reversed, that 70% are now cashless patients, which are TPA driven, and 30% are only cash patients. We started IQ in 2007. I am practicing ophthalmology since 1995, and I built this big hospital, 100-bed hospital in Gurgaon, but in 1999, and I soon realized in around 2004 that this big hospital will just become a nursing home because there were so many big hospitals coming around in Gurgaon especially. So I thought of doing something different, something which I know, because I never had those 200 crore of rupees to put in and get one hospital made. So that's how I thought of let me do the what I do the best is ophthalmology. So I did this, and I met my partner, the co-founder, Mr. Rajat Goyal, who we two went to boarding school together way back in 78 to 80 to 83. So he was working as a director surgical in Bosch and Lomb, and we just met. And in 2006, I proposed him that probably let's do something like this, because he was from a marketing background and I was from a professional background as a doctor. So we thought that these two verticals can do wonders, and that's how we came in 2007. We started with our first hospital in Gurgaon, and then second main hospital in Rewari, which is again just 80-90 kilometers from here. We grew up, we found angel investors in around 2009, and then 2010 we were funded by the equity, where the Helion Nexus, they are the two equity people, they came in. And then we grew from one center to around 10 centers, and in between we grew even up to 45, 47 centers. So not to say that these things, again, it is again a challenge. You have to start new centers, but you have to close down certain things, and we closed few centers. And today we are a chain of 36 centers in India and 3 centers in Nigeria. And with all ups and downs, now it is a very robust business what we have, with excellent doctors and excellent paramedical staff what we are having.